Hello. All right, let's go to Kathy. Hello, Kathy. How are you?
I have a question for you with regards to the algorithm,
Yeah.
the dreaded algorithm. I find that sometimes when I do a basic post, all of a sudden it's like boop, 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 lots of views, impressions.
Yeah.
I can tell that people in my feed are seeing it, and it's just like a simple text. And then I'll do a carousel, nothing happens. I'll do a
hmm
video. It's so hit and miss. And I know you probably get this question all the time,
Yeah.
but what's the trick?
There's no trick. I do get this question a lot. The one guiding thing that I could say is going into LinkedIn with one clear metric of success is important. And that really depends on what you want out of LinkedIn and where you are in your business. So there's CEOs with teams of hundreds or thousands of people. They come to me, they're not necessarily looking for clients from LinkedIn. They just want visibility. Maybe they want to drop a book, whatever. And so for that person, the metric would be views, or maybe they want to build an email list to drop a book. A lot of the times it's going to be views for someone like that. If it's more business related, I would say then the metric needs to just be how many calls or how many people went to the webinar or whatever. But having that clear metric is important because there's people that will be killing it in their metric. And then if they follow the impressions of a post, it can lead them astray. So I guess my question to you is, what is the metric that matters most to you?
Oh my goodness, then I guess that's something I have to contemplate on because sometimes I do events and it's to draw them to the event. Most of the time it's I do a lot of workshops and I'm hoping that they see that there's a workshop coming up.
And is the workshop a webinar or a real in-person event?
They're usually online and sometimes they happen right here on LinkedIn and sometimes they happen off of LinkedIn, but I usually try to schedule them in LinkedIn
hmm
with different destinations.
Okay. We could go down that rabbit hole, but we won't, right? I guess we will. Why do you schedule your private workshops in LinkedIn?
Again, for visibility.
Okay. So you're using your workshops, and then I'm assuming you pitch on the workshop, right? What do you sell? What's the main metric
I'm an
here?
executive coach. I'm an executive coach for professionals who have been diagnosed with ADHD.
Okay.
So we do skills development in the workplace. So essentially, the reason I come to LinkedIn is because my audience is here,
Oh, 1000%. I could tell you
right?
that.
Yeah. So I keep it on platform to make the platform be happy. What I like about the LinkedIn event is that I've seen it show up on SEO also,
Yeah.
where my events are showing up on search, which is lovely. So I like to leverage the LinkedIn juice. But LinkedIn is nitpicking on when it shows the impressions when it's not. So I can see some events get a few thousand impressions, some of them get like 200 impressions.
Okay, so your metric should be, and I don't know if you close them on calls, but let's just pretend that you do. Your metric should be the call instead of the events, because there could be an event where 7 people come and it gets 100 impressions and you get 3 clients versus an event with 100 people, you get 10,000 impressions and you get no clients. And if getting the top tier executive coaching clients is a metric that we're tracking, I would focus more on the things that you're doing that generate those calls where they actually lead to clients. And then I'd have to look at your stuff, but I'd never assume that it's the algorithm out to get us. If I do an event and it flops, I always assume that maybe my audience isn't interested in that as much as I thought they would be. And maybe that event doesn't get all those impressions and stuff, but maybe that's the conversion event and the other ones could just get new people onto your radar. Does this make sense?
100%. Love
Okay.
that. And it just shifts my mindset too. I feel like I was writing for the impressions and now I'm going to go back to my roots,
Yeah,
write for the audience. And if it doesn't resonate, then it wasn't the event that I should have held.
exactly. And
Makes so much sense. Thank you so much, Shawnee. You're always so much wealth of wisdom and you're always giving from the heart. I appreciate you.
you're welcome. Thank you so much, Kathy.
So I just wanted to know in terms of based on content in general, where you were explaining the different metrics and stuff. So what key metric do you use to measure your profile success? Is it mainly based on your engagement or what will you be using?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So the only metric that we track is the number of emails that we get.
Okay, no, it makes sense. I was just wondering because I think it's different from how you set up your profile, I think, on LinkedIn. So, yeah, okay, thank you very much for that. Obviously, I think my metric will differ.
It should differ. And I want to say this because I built up to the point where there are landing pages and emails and stuff, and you build up to that point. But you can do that even without a landing page. You can be successful on LinkedIn, even if you just have a DM, not even a Calendly.
Yes.
So, yeah, go ahead. What's your metric?
I think my metric will be just engagement and the general impressions because I don't have my own company. For now, I'm just doing it for visibility. But yeah, later on, I think I can maybe add a landing page or something. But okay, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And that's a great perspective. And if you don't have your own company, it's totally cool to just probably grow your visibility, grow your following, grow your impressions, because you could always leverage that in the future depending on what you do.
Hello, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Well, I'm pretty rich in followers and I'm ready to get started. I am working, and my role really allows me to kind of expand what I do in business advisory to small business, but I'm really looking to get more engaged with advisory boards and boards of directors. So I would love your insight on the type of communications I should be doing using my rich followers on LinkedIn. And I'm also very interested in eventually expanding over to YouTube. So I'm a neophyte ready to get started, and I've waited too long, and I'm ready to really take it to the next level.
Well, your
So,
guardian angel is here.
yes, I've been praying for you.
I love it. So yeah, you definitely are rich in followers, and I see you already have your gold badge. So you're actually like ahead of the game and you have massive advantage. If I were you, Victor, the first thing that I would do is launch your LinkedIn newsletter, and I'll share with you why. Number one, you have the follower advantage. So within about 24 to 48 hours of launching your LinkedIn newsletter, you should have anywhere between like 3,000 plus subscribers because of your following. The other thing is because it's written format. And if you don't know, by the way, when you launch your LinkedIn newsletter, each edition will be posted as an article, but those 3,000 plus subscribers, number one, you're segmenting your audience. So what do you do with these boards? What do you bring to them? How do you help them?
So basically, I'm going to expand what I do as a consultant and a business advisor to get on paid private advisory boards to
Okay.
help them with their operations.
Okay, so let's say operational excellence for C-level execs is your newsletter title. What that will mean is that everyone that wants to learn about that thing or that wants to be associated with that thing is going to subscribe. So off the bat, what the LinkedIn newsletter will do is show the people that are active in your network, even if they never engage, because this is something that is specific to the LinkedIn network, is that a lot of people are very active. They just won't like your posts. They won't comment. They're in the background because they don't want their network to see that they're engaging with something. So it'll automatically give you a list of people who are active. On top of that, those people will start receiving emails every single time you release an article inside of their inbox on behalf of LinkedIn. So now you're reaching these C-level people, you're sharing your operational expertise, you're sharing updates, and you're sharing that you're available to serve on certain boards in certain industries, whatever. And then you're just instantly reaching them in their inbox, even if they don't log on LinkedIn every single day. And then the third thing is that you could start to rank on things like Google and Bing and reach people outside of LinkedIn. So the lowest hanging fruit for you is to launch your LinkedIn newsletter, to get a few thousand subscribers, and to start reaching a few thousand people in their inbox every single week.
You are incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, that would be the first thing. And then the second thing, obviously, is you have massive advantage with your following for live events. But we'll talk about that at a later time, okay?
Okay, Shanee, thank you so much. It's so good to hear your voice and to be engaged with you. And I definitely am going to be more engaged. And anything I can do to help you, please let me know.
I will. Thank you so much, Victor. I appreciate you so much. And God bless you. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you next time. Ciao.